Hello Indie Game fan, I have more upcoming games across a nice mix of genres in this video, beginning with Vexlands, a sandbox crafting title where you're building, upgrading and expanding your village, gathering various resources and materials in order to craft new equipment and items. Using these, venture out into the wilderness, face off against enemies and find relics, all in a bid to understand this cursed land. This looks like the second coming of Forager, which is neat since that game is kind of tainted by its lead developer who threw other devs under the bus, where interestingly, this game comes to us from the modern incarnation of Apogee Entertainment, who have shifted focus to indie games only and is building up quite the catalogue. When this game was first revealed, it immediately got my attention due to the art style, aping that of French artist Mobius, previously seen in games like Sable. And while Chants of Sennaar is similar in that it's a narrative and story-focused title, the minute-to-minute action and gameplay is quite different. You play as a mysterious traveller who is supposed to be able to re-establish communication between the people of the tower who no longer speak with each other, breaking down language barriers in order to do so. It is an isometric perspective and both puzzle and stealth elements, making this of interest. This video is brought to you by Randal's Tuesday, an old school point-and-click adventure game that is the prequel to a game from 2014 named Randal's Monday, where the original was a crazy adventure across space and time, but this new game tells us the story of how our protagonists came to be, where they eventually become a kleptomaniac, a sociopath and a horrible friend respectively, so their origin story is of interest although no prior knowledge is required. This game is set on a university campus along with the expected trappings of that, including cheating on exams, organising toga parties and more, where an incident has occurred and our three characters begin the story by testifying in front of a student council. I think that the art style looks good, and if the quality of the previous game is anything to go by, should be a game of interest, where there's a free demo available to check out via Kickstarter with 6 possible endings and several achievements. The core campaign is already successful, but the developers are looking at stretch goals to deliver a higher quality game, including console ports, so support the campaign via the link in the description below.
From the darkness, awaken. Let the fire in your veins guide you, for you shall have nothing else to survive. No food or comfort, until it is earned.
The next title from the developers of Portal Knights is named Enshrouded, a behind-the-back survival RPG set in a medieval fantasy world. While the setting seems rather generic, I have a feeling this is trying to follow in the footsteps of Valheim, with the base building, survival and crafting mechanics, which is not something bad in itself, but I hope that they can make it unique. Portal Knights released in 2017 and has quite a bit of post-launch support, giving them the runway to make this new title, where I'm sure that the experience from making that will add to the quality of this game.
This is a feast for the mighty. Cast yourself into the rude beauty of our world. Unlock her secrets. Shape the earth. Dive into the shroud. Seek treasures and ancient wisdom. Build, not for yourself, for you are not alone. There are others waiting for you to raise a village or a kingdom. Craft arms worthy of legend and ignite your skills. Flameborn, call upon your allies and together take back your realm.
We did also get a look at more gameplay of Flashback 2, the sequel to a game from 1992, looking to bring the cinematic platformer into the modern age.
With a lot of unanswered questions. The only thing I know is that the morphs are still there too. And if I want to remember and to get out of here, I have no choice.
However, this new gameplay trailer does show 3D exploration and movement, so it's not a pure side-scrolling title, and given the lukewarm reception to Luna, I'm curious as to how this will be received. We did also get more information on the next DLC to Let's Build a Zoo, named Aquarium Odyssey, following up from the Dinosaur Island DLC, so it is certainly following in the footsteps of Zoo Tycoon. This pixel art tycoon game is awesome, where the gimmick is that you can crossbreed creatures and create weird hybrids, which, while not shown in this trailer, will still be a thing in the game. Apparently, with the addition of all the new creatures, there might be more than 10 million animal variants which you can create, so how's that for plenty of content?
My king. Our steward rules a populace who call themselves the Tribe of the Dawn. They are primitive people. They gather wood and reeds to build their structures, and use clay and bog iron to improve them.
I was very confused when Gord was first revealed, since I had no idea what kind of game it was, but thankfully, this new gameplay trailer does give more context. I thought that it was an isometric action-adventure game at first glance, but apparently there is city building and an almost RTS-style exploration and combat as you send adventurers out, with a grimdark fantasy setting looks great.
Death and pain await in the wild. Evil creeps and crawls through the dark recesses of their minds. Your subjects are only human, and as such, their minds and bodies can be broken. In trying times, the people pray for aid. They have a witch who whispers powerful spells, blessing the tribespeople or cursing their foes. But even divine assistance may not be enough. They can only watch as their wooden settlement crumbles to dust, one after another.
I have a trio of titles which have done extremely well on Kickstarter here, the first being Koa and the 5 Pirates of Mara, being set in the same universe as the
Farm Simulation RPG.
Summer in Mara, but is a 3D platformer instead. You play as young Koa, exploring the various islands, evading traps, getting collectibles, and ultimately recovering stolen pirate loot. Developer Chibik is absolutely killing it recently, with the insanely successful Kickstarter of Mika and the Witch's Mountain being one to watch as well, where they have enlisted the help of Taobao Games and undercoders for this title, makers of the underrated 3D platformer Mail Mole, so this game should be good as well. As of recording, this has raised more than 7 times its target and has already blown past all its stretch goals, but check it out anyway to see if any of the backer rewards are of interest.
あなたに伝えたい物語がある。あなたに届けたい冒険がある。 あなたに感じてほしい。
I absolutely did not see this one coming either, since Ilin is a prequel to a game named Ilona, which is a roguelite RPG from a Japanese developer which released on mobile in 2006, where apparently people loved that game and this developer and have shown up in support, being at more than 7 times its target as well. But this looks super ambitious and is not your typical roguelike, so I'll leave you to the developer to explain.
海にゃ海にゃ海にゃ海みみみみみみみみみおっと、こんにちは、ノアです。長年開発してきたエリンですが、もう少しで皆さんの元に届けられそうなところまで来ました。この冒険の日々をもう一度あなたに届けたい。わちゃわちゃしたその1年で頑張っています。エリンを応援していただければ幸いです。ここからは VTuber のビビさんを案内役にエリンを少し紹介していきたいと思います。
ご紹介に預かりましたビビです。こんにちは。今回はあのエロナの続編エリンをエロナの記憶を交えながら紹介したいと思います。前作エロナはノアさんによって2006年にリリースされたフリーのローグライク RPG。プレイヤーは一回の冒険者としてイルバという世界に降り立ち、仲間と共に冒険をしていきます。エロナは数あるゲームの中でも異彩を放つ作品で、ゲーム開始直後から小じの死体を食べさせられたり、妹が無限に増殖したり、住人に寄生したエイリアンがいつの間にか街を乗っ取ってしまったり、その街も核爆弾で吹っ飛んだり、カオスなゲームとなっています。その他にも交易や投資、店の経営、同性や異種族との結婚などなど、何でもできてしまう自由度の高さもエロナの魅力の一つでした。もちろん鶏と愛を交わすこともできます。続編のエリンはコミュニティの建設と運営ができるようになり、さらにカオスなゲームへと進化しています。さて、エロナとエリン、この2つの作品が他のゲームと大きく異なるのは何かというと、これらが一人の開発者による文字通りのライフワークであるということではないでしょうか。ゲーム開発に伴ういろいろな大人の事情にはお構いなく、ともかく作品第一に膨大な熱量が注ぎ込まれています。20年近く広がり続けてきたイルバという世界はエリンに引き継がれ、巨大な物語へと発展していくことになるでしょう。前作からの独特な語り口や際どい表現、インディーゲームならではの自由奔放さも健在で、グレーゾーンギリギリを攻めていきたいとノアさんも抱負を語ってくれています。エリンのリリース、そしてエリンがその後どう発展していくのか、私も楽しみにしたいと思います。では皆さんとイルバで再会できる日を願って。
Similarly, this long in development Metroidvania has gained quite a number of followers ever since it was first revealed, where the slow burn marketing and mindshare gained by this developer over time has resulted in a very successful Kickstarter campaign. This is a combat-focused title where our protagonist crash lands in enemy territory, having to adventure through the world to find her missing sister. And while the pixel art doesn't quite pop like some other games, I do think that Rune Fencer Ilia has the potential to be a great game, so check it out and support before the campaign closes in about 9 days, where you can find more upcoming Metroidvanias in this video.